And these elections are won in the last 24 hours. All the work we've done, all the phone calls, all the money we've raised, all the ads that you're tired of seeing, all the placards, all of those things, all of that things that are out there, and you're getting that people are feeling like it's these things coming to an end. But the purpose of all of that is to get folks to have that sticker on them that says, I vote. And folks have to be motivated on where they go. So I would talk to the guys and have you talk to others that are out there, why this is such a big deal. And I would ask you in this moment to think of the women in your life that you love, daughters, wives, moms, aunts, uncles, sisters, whoever it is. Think about those women. Think about them. Those people, those women, this election is truly about their lives are at stake. We're seeing it across the country. Maternal mortality rates in states like Texas have shot through the roof. A story comes out every single day because of Donald Trump's abortion ban that put 20 states under this ban. Our daughters now, those people you're thinking of, those loved ones that are in your minds right now, they have fewer rights than their mothers and grandmothers had. They are more at risk than they've ever been. But here's the good news. When we get that Senate, we get that House, we elect Kamala Harris, they will send over the restoration of Roe, making reproductive rights enshrined into law, and President Harris will sign it. So you know it. You don't need to. The vice president's been saying it, and you know it. She uses the line, and it's so true. We're not going back. This week, you've seen what going back looks like, and it is not where we're going. We have an optimistic, hopeful, unified future going forward. So I'm here today on behalf of Vice President Harris, myself, and people across this country to humbly ask you for your vote. Ask you to get out and get others to vote. This is a generational opportunity for us to turn the page, for us to take this momentum going forward. Now, you know we're not taking it for granted. This thing will be won. This election quite literally could be won through the state of Wisconsin, and it could be won right here through La Crosse for the work that we're doing. That's how close this thing could be. So we're taking nothing for granted. We're taking nothing for granted. We're asking you to get out there and get it done. And I ask all of you, when do you get this opportunity that we are in a moment? I know it's stressful. Everybody's out there and you're like, oh, you're on this, the polar coaster, as they call it. Oh, we're winning. Oh, we're losing. Oh, we're winning. Did you see Iowa? Oh, no, Pennsylvania. And you go through all this, and everybody's all stressed out. Well, the antidote to that is to do something about it. Like all of you in here, how many have already voted? All right. How many are voting tomorrow and taking somebody with you, too? There you go. All right. This is where you get this opportunity. This is going to be, and there are billions of people around the world, can't imagine having the freedom to gather in a room like this to determine the future of how we want to be governed. A future that either goes backwards, is divisive, dark, and angry, or one that is hopeful, unified, inclusive, that gives us the rights that we know 250 years of patriots have kept this American experiment alive. So here's the deal for all of you, and even the young people in here. Someday, you're going to be in a rocking chair sitting on that porch, rocking away, and a little one's going to come home from school, and they're going to be studying the 2024 election. And they're going to ask you, what did you do when the American experiment was on the line? What did you do when rule of law was on the line? What did you do when women's reproductive rights and health care was on the line? What did you do to address big problems like gun violence and climate change? And you're going to be able to answer the folks in this room, every damn thing I could. Every damn thing I could. So folks, this is our time. This is our time. You saw it at the convention, you saw a change. We are not going to stand there and allow them to talk about freedom that takes away our freedoms. We're not going to allow them to take the flag and then plaster some guy's face on it. We're not going to allow it to happen. We're not going to let them talk about family and then do nothing to allow people to make those choices to start their own family and be able to thrive. We took those things back from them. And the fourth one that I said was personal for me is we took football back from them too, for damn sake. So we're not going to allow them to dictate to us. But this is an opportunity. We know if we fight for this thing, as the vice president says, we'll win this thing. We know that if we get out there and vote, we'll win this thing. So I'm asking you, make sure that anyone that you know that you call, let them know iwillvote.com/WI. You can go get that done. You can make sure they get to the polls. If there's someone you don't know about, and to the young people in here, crazy statistics for 18 to 25-year-olds. If you simply ask someone if they voted and you say you have voted, the chance of them voting almost doubles. If they don't get asked, they won't go. So if from you're out here, what difference make? If there's just somebody you're thinking of, if there's someone you can talk to, make that case to them. Because look, we're going to get an opportunity by tomorrow night, and we'll know our system, as we all know in this room, we have the fairest, the most secure elections in the world. We will count the votes, we will win on the votes, and we will be able to know that we had a part in not only moving on from 9 years of what we've seen, but to charting truly a new way forward. The rest of the world is watching us. So I got one request of you, Wisconsin. Win this thing for America. Get out there and vote. Let's get this done. Thank you all.